Hello and welcome to the bonus show. Sorry, it's late this month. We've all been really busy, I think.
I mean, is it late?
Which is not a good excuse.
It's within the month of February.
I know, but don't we usually do it like the first week or?
I mean, that was the plan once upon a time, but things happen. It's been all over the place, really.
Yeah. I thought we'd already done this for February.
No,
it's wishful thinking, James.
No, that was January.
Right. Okay.
Right. So big month. The Sonic movie finally came out. Matt, you've seen it?
Yeah.
And James, you've seen it?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Sean has no seen it.
Probably not gonna. To be honest,
I think it's understandable, really, because I would say Isaac's maybe a little bit too young for it.
Yeah.
It's way more like action than I thought it would be. I mean,
Really?
I knew it was going to be like an action film. It is like an action film, but like,
what are
I
you
was
expecting?
a bit surprised.
Are you expecting like a sort of a deep dive into like Sonic's background and character?
No.
And stuff?
I just thought it was going to be aimed at younger kids, but there was a lot of like really loud explosions in there. But I had a wonderful experience watching this, mainly because so we got there really early, got our food and stuff, mega combo meal, Matt, you know it.
Yeah, standard.
And it's standard. And in our cinema we've got sofas, right? So we booked the sofas, and sitting next to us was two men, the same, I'd say roughly our age, and you could tell straight away, right? They're gamers. You could tell, right?
By sight or smell.
Little from colour me. No, I didn't smell them. It was sight.
What was it? Did it have his t-shirt saying, "Yeah, I'm a gamer"? And it's like GA.
I need to get a life. I've already got loads of lives.
Yeah, exactly.
It went quiet, and one of them went, "I'm so addicted to games."
It was Fern and Kate.
It was Fern. It was the big Fern, the big V. And what was amazing is that throughout the film, they were sighing, tutting, like
what?
Not quietly.
Oh, fuck off!
Exhaling, looking at each other, and every time they were doing that, Harry was belly laughing, right? And I was thinking to myself, because I was stuck between them, they were on my side, and I was just thinking, I hope at some point during this, snobbery, they thought, the kid's enjoying it, so maybe it's a kid's film.
Yeah, maybe it's
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't a deep dive into the world of video games, and maybe it's a kid's film. And I just thought brilliant, because I'll be honest with you, I come out of it thinking that was fucking great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen better kids' films, I've had better times in the cinema, but I've really bloody enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was absolutely fine, wasn't it? It was just, I thought it was good. I mean, generally liked it, and I wasn't expecting that at all. Like she was like, yeah, that was not bad, like at all.
I don't know if you felt the same way as me, James, but I knew within 5 minutes that this was going to be all right, because I sat down and I went, oh my God, they've made Sonic likeable. They've made him how have they done that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If someone sits you down and says, right, we're doing a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, right? Let's face it, in short spurts, him wagging his finger and running around in a video game is one thing, but we all know what he's like in the cartoons and stuff like that. You need to make that character likeable. And they fucking did. I couldn't believe... Sean, put it this way. You know all the clips you've seen in the trailers?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, that's the Sonic we know from the cartoons.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Ooh, I'm going to go some... Oh. You know what I mean? Like,
Got attitude.
It's literally the only times in the movie he's doing that stuff is in that trailer. The rest of the time, he's a really sweet, lovable character, and I couldn't believe it. Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, there's also like legitimately sad bits as well, like about his life.
Really sad bits. Yeah. Really sad bits. The baseball bit was really like, oh, mate. You know what I mean? It was great. And do you know how they did it? Because I've worked out. They made Sonic a kid and not a teenager. Mm-hmm. Because in every piece of media where you see Sonic, he's a teenager, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he's got that attitude. Whereas in this, he's not. He's a little kid. and all he wants is one thing, and I won't spoil what it is. You'll find out straight away. I mean, spoiling this stuff is crazy, but I don't want people to, because I was listening to the Player One podcast last week, and they started talking about the closing credit scene. And I was just like, no, I know it's only Sonic and I don't really give a shit, but I'm going to go and see this. I don't want to be told that stuff. And there's loads of little like nods to, game stuff that you wouldn't even... There's one in there that I know Matt picked up on straight away, right? You know when he's looking at his checklist and different universes that he's been to, Matt?
Yeah.
Did you spot the reference?
I don't know. I like the fact he was slagging off that, I mean, he was slagging off the one he wants to go to. I quite like that.
Yeah. Which was a blatant nod. Oh, yeah, it was a massive dig. Yeah, it was great. But you didn't spot that one of the universes was this.
I can't remember.
Oh, you're breaking up. Sorry, man.
I don't recall seeing a reference there. No.
Oh, right. There was one of them was the Sega Saturn logo.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. I
It was great. I noticed that straight away, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's wicked."
The one thing that disappoints me about it is that I wish there were like way more. I mean, maybe apart from that moment, but I feel like I was looking around in every single scene and the background. Like,
there's tons of stuff you would have missed. Like, there's a scene where it's a frame perfect animation of when Sonic's right near a ledge, and he's trying to stop from falling down. There's stuff like that.
I was looking at the background of every room, like, are we going to see, like, a Mega Drive or something related to any of the consoles, or...
I'll tell you what, I was just excited. I was just excited at the beginning when they had the Sega logo coming up, and I was like trying to
this is what I'm getting to, James.
That was awesome.
Because
this must have been Kiryu there, and I was like,
this is it, James. Right, get this. So, have they announced a Yakuza film or show or anything?
No.
Right, because there's going to be one now, isn't there?
Maybe.
Did you not pick up on that? So, right, Sean, at the start, this isn't even in the film, right? But at the start, it's got like a Sega Entertainment like thing, like Paramount Pictures, and it comes up before a film or whatever. It's got a Sega one. And this one starts with, the Sonic game.
Yep.
And then it zooms out, and there are loads of screens. And on one of those screens, like quite prominently, is Yakuza.
Right.
Yeah, but it's got loads of Sega games on there. So.
Yeah, like
it
Golden
has.
Axe, Streets of Rage.
That to me says, look, we ain't just doing a Sonic game. Like, we're not just doing a Sonic film. I mean, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I looked at that and just thought. I mean, obviously it's like the history and stuff, but also you look at that. Look at the potential there for like material. I mean, it's just incredible. Yeah.
Exactly. I think we're going to see more, and not necessarily films, but a Yakuza film would be a weird way to go. but
I mean,
having like
given how well
TV
this one's
show,
done, we are definitely going to see more Sonic movies. Definitely. I mean,
we're definitely going to get a sequel. Yeah, that's going to happen.
A little bit concerned though about a sequel, because where do they go from here, and are they going to get that cast? You know what I mean? Because there's some really good actors. Well, obviously Jim Carrey
Jim Carrey
is fantastic in it.
I sort of wish he went more mad. He did some mad stuff, but I sort of want him to go more mad. I would have liked it to be funnier, which is an easy thing to say, but I would have liked it if it was a little bit more insane. But it was still good. I really enjoyed it, but it's definitely just a solid family movie. And I thought that end credit sequence was awesome, and that was like the most excited I was. I was like, oh, come on, this, got me pumped.
But like, I genuinely can't believe it, because we all thought this was going to be a stinker from the moment it was announced. You know what I mean? And then the original. Someone made the point. You get. I'm not going to ruin it. But right at the start, the first time you see Sonic, right? You remember the first time you see Sonic before he pops into Earth?
Yeah. You mean when he's in...
Yeah. Don't say anything. But imagine that Sonic in the old art style, and it must have looked absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would not work.
But yeah, no, I mean, we come out of it like Harry absolutely adored it, and I come away going, actually, that was really good fun. There was some weird bits in it, no doubt, and there's a lot of stuff where you're like, I mean, it's a road trip movie, Sean, and you just kind of think, why doesn't Sonic just run there? But if you're thinking like that,
that's
you're thinking
thing.
like that.
afterwards, because it was Rachel's birthday, and we went to a restaurant after this, and then Chen was saying she was talking about it, and she was saying stuff like, why didn't they do that? And I was like, look, Chen, there was a lot of plot holes in this film. Just don't think about it. It really starts.
But I think once they'd established Sonic as an actual likable character, I didn't care about plot holes. I wasn't even. Who cares? It was just fun. So really surprised. Really enjoyed that.
Really impressed. It just made me think, though, that how good that Mario movie is going to be in 2021. I mean, if this, if it did this and it was great, or maybe it's just really, really low expectations. I think this is really good. I'll happily watch another one. I'll watch more. I enjoyed that. If anybody desperately wanted to go again, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I'm not, didn't offend me. I thought it was a great family movie. Just think how good Mario is going to be and how much that's going to destroy all records. I can't believe this film managed to take more than Detective Pikachu.
I know that's what's weird, because you see, I still think though with this a bit, it is that kind of we had such low expectations that this ended up not being completely disastrous. Whereas Detective Pikachu is definitely a better film than this. Definitely is.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I got that because I think I mentioned last week it was cheap on iTunes, so we're going to see it on the weekend. I'm excited to compare the two. But Detective Pikachu had a great cast. It had. Was Ryan Reynolds? It is Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
And Pokemon's obviously still doing massive numbers, Pokemon Go, etc. I just thought that I still just cannot believe that this Sonic movie be that for opening weekend. I mean, maybe Pikachu had a longer tail, who knows? But it just made me think. Oh yeah, but it just made me think that Mario movie.
It also depends, when did that come out as well? What was it up against? All that kind of thing. Because at the moment, there's not really much competition for this.
Yeah, true. And it's half term.
All there is Dr. Dolittle, and that's awful, apparently. So,
is it really bad?
No, it came out a good time, and also came out just for half term, at least here in the UK. So, yeah, it's a good time for it. But yeah, I mean, we don't know who's writing the Mario film, do we, or directing it? We know nothing, do we? It's just the Minions people, right?
Well, it's Illumination, but they've done so many different films that it's not written by the Minions people. I guess there's a second Minions film coming out, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a prequel, isn't it? Origin story.
Yeah, and as much as I love Pixar, right? I trust me, I adore Pixar. I really do. It's just nice to have a film that's just a bit of fun for once, rather than you know what I mean? Because have you seen Disney Pixar's new film?
It was Onward.
Yeah. A story about how two kids bring their dad back to life for a day for 24 hours. And I'm like, oh man, come on now.
You see, this is a real thing, because I've not seen a Pixar film in ages now, because I feel like everyone that comes out, everyone's like, oh my God, I was fucking crying for hours after the cinema. And I'm like, I'm sure it's very good, but I don't know. Why? I don't want to willfully subject myself to that.
It took me ages to watch. Is it the Coco? I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Oh my God.
But it took me ages to watch. I was like, hang on, dead people.
Film.
I was like, oh God, this is going to be ending tears. But
I think the most recent...
Yeah, no, it does. In fact, actually, with the death stuff, it doesn't really... I know there's dead people all the way through it, but it's it doesn't focus on that at all, really, does it? I mean, they're just funny characters. It's the stuff that's happening in the real world that is fucking... does you in.
In terms of Pixar films, not ones to watch. Do not watch, Sean, The Good Dinosaur. If Isaac picks it up,
oh God, noted. What the fuck happened there? What the fuck happened there?
I mean, basically, I think there's been many questions because of that film. Just it was really upsetting in the film. And oh my God, and Eddie's like, where is I'm not going to say anything about the film, but where is that person? And we can't. Yeah, The Good Dinosaur, bad.
Right, okay. Film. You're coming at it from a different angle then, because when I was saying what the hell happened there, I was saying what a fucking dog shit film that was.
It didn't feel like a Pixar film at all in terms. It didn't really feel like a Pixar film in any way, shape or form. But also, it's just heavy subjects of death and stuff. It's just.
Brilliant. There's B-Team Pixar, right? With they did Cars 2 and Planes and stuff like that. Yeah,
Cars 1.
Yeah, it felt like they said, let's give them a real good go. Let's give them a good go. Let's give them a proper their own title. Let's let them go for it. And then they produced This is all guesswork, but then they produced that shit. It was fucking awful, that film. It's one of the only ones. I think it's down there with like some of the worst ones. But yeah, I mean, when you look at their films, you got like Up. Wall-E is just incredible on so many levels. Like, that film is just unbelievable. Inside Out and stuff. I mean, it's just the pedigree there is just unreal. I love that. I love that stuff. But yeah, you're right, Sean. It was interesting listening to Trey Parker and Matt Stone talk about. It was just Trey Parker, wasn't it, that did Despicable Me 3?
Oh yeah.
And they were like, well, why Despicable Me? And he was like, well, partly because my kids love Despicable Me, so to be able to just be in one of those films is like quite a big deal. But secondly, I just like the fact that they're fun films and they don't have to be about death or like an illness or anything like that. It's just nice, fun, funny film where a bloke is going around trying to look after these kids. Like,
plus, people forget, like, obviously, Minions took off the way they did, and we're all sick of seeing our parents posting memes with Minions on them and stuff on Facebook. Yeah. But I mean, I've only seen the first one, but Despicable Me is a good film. Like, nothing.
Despicable Me is a good film. 2's pretty good. 3's not that good, but the Minions film is genuinely really good.
Is it?
Like, the effort they put into that to make it not just be Minions fall over. Like, it's actually genuinely really funny. Cool. I like that film.
Has anyone since we're doing
kids films?
Since we're doing kids films, maybe not necessarily kids films, but has anyone been watching the
Silence of the Lambs? Sorry, go on.
The Studio Ghibli stuff that's all been thrown on Netflix.
Oh yeah, the 7 films. Yeah.
Yeah. So, my Studio Ghibli knowledge is quite poor. Like, I've seen the heavy hitters. Like, I'd already seen My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, and like Spirited Away. Yeah. Other than that, not that well up on their stuff. So I've been watching them with Isaac, and he fucking loves them. And
oh, really?
Yeah,
and I was thinking whether Elodie would get into them because
well worth a go, man. Because it's just fascinating how like you see the way most kids' TV or films like holds like a toddler's attention. It's with shouting and noises and laughing and stuff just happening fucking constantly. So like, and especially at the moment because Isaac's really fucking addicted to Paw Patrol, which is the worst for all that shit.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, is he going to like lose the ability to watch things that are a bit more laid back? No, not at all. Because you stick a Ghibli film on, and there's like, there's scenes where like nothing. I think they're known as like postcard shots, right? Where in between scenes, you'll just be like, here's a field, and the wind's blowing the trees a bit, and it'll just be like 4 or 5 seconds, and he loves it. Like he just goes silent, and he just absorbs it all. And considering he's only 2 years old, like. It's an incredible feat to have films where relatively few things happen, and yet they can hold a really young child's attention like that. And they're just great. They're just really good films.
But that's what anime is often really brilliant at, though. Like that sort of like the atmospheric, like sort of world building and stuff is always fantastic, and it's sometimes nice to just like absorb some of those details. And I guess that's kids do the same. It's brilliant.
Has he really started following plots yet? Because that is such a weird moment.
I don't know. I've noticed, like he started pretending to fall over and asking the Paw Patrol to help him.
Right. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. Right. So what I'm talking about is that Harry used to watch films all the time, right? Yeah. And there's watching films, and then there's like actually watching them, if you know what I mean. And it is such a weird moment. Like the first time something sad happens in a film. Mm-hmm. And they start crying. Yeah. And you're like, and I remember turning to Joe and going, shit, he knows what's going on. Yeah. Like he knows that this is, and he's emotionally involved with it. Yeah. And I think it is around the age of maybe 4, actually. Mm-hmm. Maybe it is 4.
Yeah, Asher did that.
Late into 3.
Asher did that with Big Hero 6. Like with the sacrifice sort of thing. Yeah. And he bawled like from that. I was really shocked. He suddenly just burst into tears like when it happened. But then also, I mean, there's lots of things like that with kids, though, that, like, with him in particular, that I've found semi-upsetting, like, as I've grown up, because it's like...
What do you mean?
Well, there was one thing he said to me when he was... How old was he? He was probably only about that sort of age. And he'd like done something, and I was like, "You don't want to do that. You're going to like hurt yourself," or it was something like don't go near the cars or something like that because you'll get hit or something. And he was like, "It's okay. Superman will save me." And I just that killed me when I heard him say that.
Because you've got to explain to him that actually no,
that's not real. And actually, the world's a horrible place.
Sit down and play Captain Spirit for a bit.
Yeah, that sort of stuff, it kills me. I mean, it's why I've always had a thing about balloons. They always upset me. It's,
What? Balloons?
I'm sorry, I told you this.
Balloons are real, mate.
Sorry, you can't just talk about something completely random and then finish it with that's why I'm upset about balloons. What's the balloons thing?
No, I've always found balloons upsetting, like kids' balloons.
To it?
No.
Is it because of the heavy rain?
Yeah.
No, no, because it's like, when you're a kid and you get given a balloon and you're happy, like, because you've been given a balloon.
Yeah.
But that balloon's not going to last, and it's going to, like, either fly away or it's going to, like, do whatever. And that used to really upset me as a child. And I still find them upsetting.
You learn about death from balloons, basically.
Maybe, I don't know. But I still find them upsetting. I still don't like it. I hate it when the kids have balloons, to be honest, because it just upsets me. Yeah.
That is some deep thought around some expandable plastic and some air.
I mean, I get it, because it is like...
No, but it's something that gives you happiness and then it's gone, and that's what life is. And
no,
it's just,
I can see why, like...
Jesus Christ, James!
What?
No, it makes sense, because as a kid, it's got to be one of the first things that you're instantly aware that it has a lifespan, right?
Yeah, that permanence there is no permanence. It's upsetting. Yeah.
Do the kids go to McDonald's, James?
They do, but I hate it when they give the balloons.
They give the balloons out, and you're like, oh, God.
Yeah. I assume Rachel didn't have any balloons for a party.
She's got balloons. I mean, I've got balloons up behind me at the moment. And
are you okay?
I mean, well, no, usually what I'll do is as soon as possible, I will get rid of them. Because I don't want to see them all sag and go all like horrible.
James.
Yeah, but you're just making the fun end faster, surely.
No, but then it's like less pain later. It's just don't question me on this, okay? It's just
it's less pain later. No, you're making the pain come quicker.
No, yeah, but then it's quick and it's over. It's just done.
Oh my God.
James,
euthanizing balloons. James, I'm pretty sure I've banged on about this before, so I won't go on at length, but there's an episode of Joe Terra Talks with You that I think you would absolutely love, because it's basically all about him feeling terrible that as soon as you carve a pumpkin on Halloween, like that pumpkin would have lasted for possibly months, but because you've carved it, it's now got about a week. So you've essentially reduced its lifespan, and now it's wondering why you've like given it death, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would recommend that.
Pumpkin. It's not wondering anything. What is this? What is this? What is this? A new way of thinking that I just can't relate to?
Well, the way he talks about it in the show is that you've put a face on something, you've made it a little character.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you've also essentially killed it. Like, hey, look, I've given you a little life now. Also, it's now much shorter than it would have been otherwise.
This is some Phoebe Buffet shit. Like this
is. It's just the balloon is like, it's the whole thing about happiness. You have it and then it's gone. It's just gone away. It's just sad. It's not permanent. It's just
Lesson in entropy for 3-year-olds.
Firstly, do you think we can find something that James likes? Secondly, Matt, your thoughts?
I mean, it's a very beautiful and poetic way to look at the world. I mean, I would have ever considered that, but I fully get it. I mean, I think Jill and I have actually done irreparable damage to Elodie involving balloons.
Oh my God!
Because we had, as we've had multiple times, balloons maybe from McDonald's or parties, balloons in the car, whatever. Elodie, this was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, so she was only like 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4. Balloon in the car. Elodie was like, kicking off and moaning or being naughty or whatever she's doing.
Oh, you've told me.
And then in one of the few times Jill's properly put her foot down, she'd like grabbed the balloon and hung it like she opened the window and said, if you keep doing this, I'm going to let go of this balloon. And then he said or did whatever the thing was, and Jill let go of the balloon. And like I was shocked. I think Jill was shocked that she actually did it. Elodie was like open mouthed, and to this day, every now and then, if she sees a balloon, she's like, I wonder if that was my balloon. If she sees a balloon in the air. Yeah. So she still thinks about that balloon. I was just say, do you remember what time you let go of the boy? And it is like, I mean, James, if you were there, you'd be bawling your eyes out.
Yeah.
It is incredibly sad just seeing a balloon going in the air. Because like, that's it, you can't get that back. Like, there's no way to get that thing back.
That's that moment is gone.
And like, I think Elodie will be able to recall that memory until she's like 80 or 90. So, one of my earliest memories is my mother letting go of a balloon, and that's like life. That's like happiness.
We know where this is leading, right? Coming this summer, Pixar's Balloon. It's like, that's some sad piano music as a balloon with a face on.
So
crying
what did
as it's
it mean for you then, James? It was like there's a house.
Yeah,
oh my God, it must have been unwatchable.
Wait, because the balloons in Up literally symbolise hope.
That's true.
So what? How did you take that? Were you like, bullshit?
I've not seen it.
They're gonna.
I've
not seen
watched
Up?
it.
Oh my God.
No, I've not seen it.
Please say it's just because of balloons.
No, it's not. I just haven't got around to it.
Wait, hold on. So what Pixar films have you not seen?
Quite a few of them, because when they all started to come out was when I was living in China, and we didn't really...
Right, okay. Let me just, because this... You've seen WALL-E, right?
No, I haven't.
James, I am not kidding. You would adore that. Mm-hmm. Like, you'd adore it, because the messaging, it's a kids' film, right? So it's got that kids' plot throughout it, yeah? But it is so beautifully done, and the way it deals with space and the environment and all that sort of shit is superb. The only bad thing about that film is the very end, right? I'm still adamant that they got told how to end it by Disney, and they didn't have the choice of the way they wanted to end it, because if they ended it the way it was supposed to end, it would have been perfect. But anyway, so yeah, WALL-E is the next one you got to watch. Up is superb as well. What other ones?
I'm just having a look at the list, because I've seen all the Toy Story films.
All the Tory films.
Tory Story.
Tory Story films.
We're living that now.
Yes,
it sucks.
Tory Story 2.
What else have we got? I've seen. Have you seen
Moana?
I've seen that.
That's not Pixar, is it?
No, it's not. That's Disney thing, isn't it? It's their animation studio, whatever.
Oh, okay. Right.
Just trying to think what else I've seen. Quite a lot of these I've not actually seen.
Well, which ones haven't you seen? Go on.
I've seen Monsters University, and I've seen Brave.
I've not even heard of that. Jesus.
It's Brave's not Brave.
No.
Brave's one of the weaker ones.
Have you seen Tangled?
Seen The Good Dinosaur.
I don't know if that's Disney or Pixar, but...
No, it's not.
It's Disney. Go on.
Yeah, I've not really seen many of these, actually.
You've not seen Coco?
No.
Oh, that's just wonderful as well. Those are the three that you've got to see. Like, they're must-sees.
Okay, so you've got Coco, WALL-E, and Up, yeah?
Yeah, they're the three that you have to see, right? Because they're just absolute classics.
Would you not put Inside Out... I've not seen it, but would you not put Inside Out on that list?
I would say that is next on the list after those three.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good film. It's a really good film, but it's not as good as those three. Those three are just top tier. Like the actual filmmaking involved, just wonderful. And the little shorts that they put on that are worth watching as well. Yeah, they're really good.
Well, once we get Disney Plus, I'll watch them. It's
God,
is it next week or this week?
Is it?
It's the 27th, or 25th. It's very close.
It was March.
Can't wait to watch The Mandalorian, guys.
I'm sure because yeah, tell me about it.
For that, yeah.
Pixar calls.
New.
I don't even think I could talk about those. That's a point. All right, I could probably say well, I should have said it on the main show, but I totally forgot about it. Did you hear?
Sorry, James. Yeah, it is March 24th. It's just that the Instagram launched the other day, and I was like, hang on, and they were like, it's coming very soon. I was like, wow, is it next week? But yeah, 24th of March.
Did you hear the Red Dead Redemption 2 episode of Cane and Rinse?
I haven't yet, no.
Has everyone told you about it?
No.
There's a wonderful moment where, I'm an arsehole, right? And I wind you guys up and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I think Leon Cox outdone me on this episode. So, Garrity, and look, I have just spent 10 minutes telling you how much I love Pixar, and I cry at those films like a madman, man, right? So I'm not having a pop at Garrity here at all. But Garrity was talking about Arthur Morgan's journey, basically.
Yeah.
And he got really choked up. And you can see, and he says to himself, he said, I've got a lump in my throat at the moment, and his voice was wobbling and all that, right? And it went quiet for about, and all he was talking about was Arthur Morgan trying to, redeem himself after he finds out that he's slowly dying, right? And it goes a bit quiet, and I thought, how are they going to recover from this? And then Leon Cox goes for the jugular, and he goes a bit quiet. He goes, yeah. What about what happens to his horse? You're literally trying to make him cry.
Oh my god,
it's so dark. Listen to it again. Well, maybe I could play it for you. No, I won't do that because Garrett might not like it. But yeah, no, I'm conscious that I don't want to. Like, I'm not taking the piss out of him at all. I just playing that out might put that over the edge. But yeah, no, that was worth a listen. It was good. Cool. Right, and then we're leading up to our Red Show next month, right?
Jesus.
Have we been practicing, chaps?
I have. Have you not?
Who's been doing? So Matt's not.
No, I should probably.
Sounds like too much confidence. Yeah, you should.
No, honestly, Matt, that is a huge relief because I'm rubbish. So
I will at some point. I probably should start soon, but I just haven't really found the time.
Yeah,
he sounds too confident.
You see, so
I don't need a practice.
The thing is, right, I fucked myself over because the first yo-yo I got is really like a children's one. You can do like a couple of tricks with it, but nothing really like too interesting. So I bought. Oh, has the call just dropped?
He's dropped off. Is it Matt?
No, it's Farley. Should we just carry on?
Oh, fine.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. Yeah. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll buy like quite a nice one. Because, this first one I got was a £5. So I stepped up and I got a 15 quid one from Amazon, right?
Whoa.
I didn't realise. I knew there were like different types of yo-yos, but I didn't know what the difference between a responsive and an unresponsive yo-yo was. Long story short, yo-yo, you flick it down and then you yank it and it comes back up. Unresponsive one, don't do that. So,
well, what's it? Why?
Well, the idea is that it basically. So when you throw it down and it just hangs at the bottom and keeps spinning. That's called a sleeper. It can do that for longer because it's got a different bearing in it. But in order to wind it back in, you have to do another trick called a bind. So I was like, oh, good. So I've bought another yo-yo, and to even figure out how to get it back to my fucking hand, I've got to learn a trick.
Yeah, it's like unresponsive is really difficult for pure beginning because it's another whole level layer. Really, you've basically gone super advanced without.
So that was a mistake. Like,
but on the plus side, you will be able to do like tricks for a full minute before you have to bring it back.
Don't do it, Sean.
Well,
don't do it. Keep it simple, mate.
I have started learning mounts, which are like the different sort of setups for like other tricks. So I mean, I'll see how I go.
Mounts are essential.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just said mounts are essential, and there's also like tons of different types of mount as well. So
yeah,
you can have a whole set just full of mounts, really.
Yeah, like I've had a go at splitting the atom. It's very fucking sloppy though.
That's all right. It's all right. Sloppy. No one's expecting you to be the best yo-yoer in the world, but you just got to be better than Matt.
I don't think that's gonna be hard. I mean, I haven't done it for.
Oh, don't give it all the bigger now. You on the podcast. You were like, "Yeah, when I was younger."
Yeah, exactly. That was like 10.
I mean, shall
15
we
years ago?
To make it slightly less awkward? Shall we both go at the same time?
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay, cool. I thought we were like doing it one by one.
I thought we'd do it at the same time.
Anyway, right, no, same time. Right, brilliant. Fine, suits me.
Yeah, I tell you what though, as hard as it is learning these yo-yo tricks, I guarantee learning the lyrics to "Licky Boom Boom Down" is harder.
Yeah.
My word, I've been listening to it at half speed.
Well, just Google the lyrics.
Yeah, just read it out, mate.
Tell you what, Matt. Look at the lyrics tonight, and then listen to the lyrics. Make no sense. Well, the lyrics make sense when you read them, but when you listen to the music, it's like he's not saying any of these lyrics. He's not. So the stance I'm taking is to try and get as close to what you're saying. And this is what I've learned so far. Ready? Informer, you know me daddy, me slow me, I can blame. A licky boom boom down. That's it. That's a week's practice. and I still fucked it up.
It's definitely
it's going to be a mess.
It's definitely a thing. I'm not having a go at you, Dave. It's white people in general not realizing that rapping is quite hard.
Don't get me wrong. I knew it was hard.
No, I know, but yeah,
that's not rapping. That's not rapping. There's bits where he just goes like that, like in there for no reason whatsoever. Yeah. Like that next line is just just like what? And then there's a line because in the first verse there's a line that makes me laugh, which is cocking me up quite a bit, where he says, "Pull me trousers down, pull me trousers down, put me finger up my bum," or something like that.
You're kidding?
Wow. No, that's it. Pull me trousers down, look up my bottom.
I mean, are you putting that accent? Are you going to be putting that accent on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't do it without the accent.
Yeah, I guess
what am I supposed to do?
You can.
Go. Policeman come through me window. It's not going to work, is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it does feel a bit dangerous.
It just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Well, I don't know, because the guy originally did the song was white, right? So I don't know if that.
Yeah, there's a lyric in that song saying everyone thinks I'm from Jamaica,
right?
But he's not from Jamaica.
No. I'm just trying to figure out if that's cultural appropriation. If you're copying someone else who was
no, what he was doing was clearly
that's what I mean. So is it by copying
I don't
him?
know the history of it.
Are you 1 degree removed
Dave,
from that, so it's fine.
You're not going to wear a Bob Marley t-shirt, are you?
With a t-shirt with Bart Simpson on it, smoking a doobie.
Yeah.
I'm slightly concerned about learning this song. It's very hard to do.
Maybe don't bother.
No, because I know what you're saying, but just the thought of someone walking around Resd and then looking through the window and seeing a man dressed as Luigi singing "Looky Boom Boom Down." Like I can't imagine. Like that thought that someone might stumble across that is what's keeping me going at this point.
See, that thought would be what would be keeping me up at night, not like making me excited. I don't understand that at all.
It's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole thing is ridiculous and funny. That's why we're doing it. That's why Sean and I are doing competitive yoga competition on stage.
Yeah, mate.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I am like sincerely enjoying learning the yo-yo stuff, but yeah, it's still like the anxiety of doing the show is only sort of mitigated by the fact that it'll be very funny.
Again, none of this will compare to me worrying and hoping that the audio is recording on the desk. So
that's true.
It really doesn't matter.
Priority one.
I could do anything. Like, I'll still be thinking, "Fuck! I hope the camera's recording. I hope the batteries work." Yeah.
See, this is something that I've learned about myself recently as well, and it explains a few things. Is that I kind of realised that when anyone asks me a question, I don't think, right, what's the answer, or I need to give them an answer. My first thought is, what's like the funniest reaction? But getting angry about things that I definitely shouldn't be angry about is funnier than just saying, no, I'm not, that doesn't bother me. Or what was the question you asked me the other day? Oh, what day are you on Disco Elysium? Mm-hmm. And I thought, I could just answer it. I'm on day 3. But Sean has recently told me that he finished it on day 6. So I just put 12 in. It's not even a joke. I didn't signal that it was a joke or whatever. I just put 12 in because I thought that would be quite funny if I was on day 12. Yeah, so that's how my brain works. And I'm only just kind of realising that must be really fucking annoying for everyone around me.
I have a running thing when Nu asks me to do the tiniest bit of housework like it's the biggest favour in the world. And I'll just be like, are you fucking taking the piss? You serious? You seriously want me to do it? And I think she's bored of it, to be honest. I should probably stop doing it.
Yeah. Joe would just clunk me on the head. Joe would just clunk me on the head. Right. I think that's probably all you're getting this week, isn't it?
That's 40 minutes. That's good. That's value for money, I hope.
Yeah. Did I tell you? Sorry, I will add to it because I remembered. I was thinking, what seasonal things happen in February? Harry got 2 Valentine's Day cards through the post.
Nice.
And one of them we know it's, friend of the family and all that sort of stuff. The other one we ain't got a fucking clue. And it is doing our nutting. It is doing our nutting. We've asked all our friends and family, look, just out of interest, did you send a thing for Harry? And we've had no from it. Well, one of them we had a yes from, and that explained that one.
Mm-hmm. One of them, they were I presume hand delivered, not posted.
One of them was so the one that we know was hand delivered.
Oh,
that was the one where they'd drawn. So it's a little girl the same age as Harry. They've been friends for since they were babies. And she drew a picture of Mario and put "Will you Mario me" on it, which I thought was quite sweet.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's a good pun. And this other one was like posted, and
so they've had help from an adult
doing our nutting.
Like definitely had help.
Well, they know where we live as well, which scares the shit out of us.
Did you check the postmark, to see where it's from?
Yeah, it says it was posted from Croydon. We don't know anyone that lives in Croydon. And that could just be the sorting office, so it could have come from anywhere, really. So we ain't got. Yeah, we've been through all that, Matt.
And no one's admitted it now, a week later.
No one's admitted it. Like the time someone sent me a West Ham programme in the post out to work, and I still haven't got a clue. This was when
was that not
Upton Park got knocked down. They did a memorial programme, and it was like massive. And they sent it to me, and I asked a few friends, like, "Oh, did you send me that West Ham programme?" No. So I'm like, I've got fucking no idea who sent me that. Absolutely no idea.
Really weird. That is.
It is. I would have thought they'd have come forward, but
sure that was Cole. And it's funny not to tell you.
Nope. Ask Cole. Didn't tell. I think I gave it to. I either gave it to Carl or gave it to Kev.
I don't want this back. Oh.
Yeah, weird. Some people are.
Dave, do you think?
Yeah.
Should I ask Matt about that meme that I made? Because
that was weird this week, wasn't
it? Yeah.
So James made a meme and posted it out. It did quite well. Got 38 likes, I think. Well, why didn't you mention it?
There was no reaction at all. I was surprised. I thought you had said something.
So in the morning, James had... Right, if you haven't seen the meme was... There was a quote from Ninja about how you should never give up even if you're failing. And
I can't wait to talk about that on the pod. We should probably save it for the main one. But...
What do you mean? Right. Yeah, we won't talk about the quote. Right? But we'll talk about that on the main pod. But James sent me a text first thing in the morning of a picture of Matt and that quote next to it, right? Matt looking sad while he was playing Sekiro, right? And I just thought that it was just so perfect. It was so funny. And James went, "Should I post this?" And I was like, "Yes, it's brilliant." And then I said, "Look, if Matt inevitably is going to ask, right, who did this? So we'll just say none of us admit it, just for an hour or so, just leave him hanging." And then you never mentioned it, and I was really surprised. And I thought, well, maybe he's just bitter that someone has absolutely smashed it on Twitter. What was that about?
I saw it. I'm just being busy. It's half term, but I assumed it's you, Dave. And it's good.
Nah. Why did you assume it was me?
Just because James,
because it was mean-spirited.
Because James and Sean don't do stuff on Twitter.
See, that's what happened. Because when I first sent it to Dave, he was like, "Did you do this?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I think he thought that I got it from somewhere else or something. It's like...
I just know, right, no, the reason why I thought that is that you posted it, and I just thought, oh, maybe that was on the Discord or something. You said, should I post this on the main Twitter account? I thought, oh, are you asking because it was on the Discord and, someone else did it? Right, that's why I asked. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, yeah, if you did it, yeah, fuck yeah. But then you got all like angry with me. I was just like, I was like, yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, post it. And you went, see, I have got some good ideas. I was like,
I have never said you don't tweet and you don't engage that stuff. And then it's a bit of a surprise if you then come up with some gold.
Well, yes, that's why I'm surprised no one said anything. And it's just, you're just like, oh, okay, well, I won't bother then. What's the point?
I mean, I saw it. I didn't retweet the actual episode this week. I've been busy with half term and stuff.
Wow, that's unlike you. Blimey.
Yeah,
right,
just,
okay,
yeah.
no.
But no,
we do this every time, don't we?
It was a good meme.
I thought it was quite good. I was quite proud of it.
I'm looking forward to more.
You don't
more
do memes on the Twitter account much anymore, do you?
No, just sort of past that now. I mean, I've done the odd one, but I don't know.
Okay, maybe a new era for the TCGS Twitter account.
I'm going to start using it more.
If I see a good one, I'll do it. But often I think, well, that's been done already. But I jumped obviously that gaming parents one, did that, and then
Oh yeah,
cool. All right.
No, I'm going to start using it more with loads and loads of
show?
animated GIFs, just tons. Like couple a day. It's going to happen.
Do that.
Yeah.
Dude, I might start posting those really old rubbish ones again.
Yeah.
that was fun doing that for about a week. Matt just getting untold shit from our listeners because they thought they just assumed it was
whatever.
good.
It doesn't matter. Everyone basically assumes I'm doing the tweeting anyway. So even if it says, "Oh hi, it's James here. I'm not streaming," and then they're like, "Hey Matt."
I had I could probably talk about this here. I had a weird thing with Did you see my tweet to Joe Scrabbles this week?
I don't know. No, I don't think I did. When he was asking for podcast recommendations.
Yeah, so he was asking for podcast recommendations, and I said, check out Conan Needs a Friend if you haven't seen it, because it's really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of people were doing this. But so then someone tweeted and said, where is it? Where's the fucking tweet? Hold on, bear with me. Alright, okay. Oh, I can't find it. Basically, someone tweeted it, said, I was going to recommend the computer game show, but then I noticed that David had already tweeted you underneath this. That's funny. And I just went, and then he said, you should definitely listen to it. And I replied to both of them saying, I've only met Joe once. He called me a cunt, said my podcast was shit, and then called me a cunt again. Shame. Like that, right? Just as a joke. Yeah. He hasn't responded. There's no like there. There's no... And I just thought... I instantly think, I've gone too far. Like, that's instantly... But it probably just hasn't seen it. I hope he hasn't seen it.
I would assume, that's probably the case. He would not take offence at that, I wouldn't have thought.
No. But...
he's been travelling. He's been out from America and back, so maybe he's just lost in that 36 hours of jet lag and travel and stuff. Or he hates you.
Maybe he hates me.
It's probably the latter, yeah.
Anyway, the running theme with this show, with the bonus show, is that we say we're going to end it and then go on for an extra 15 minutes. So there you go.
It's like when you go to a gig and they just fuck off early, and then you go, no, come on, gotta do another song. Then they come back out and you go, hey.
If I was a band these days, I'd be like, we'd finished our set and then we'd just go.
An increasing number of bands do just do that now, I think. Because the whole thing is just artificial,
ridiculous isn't it? Yeah, it's just all, to go off and then just come back again. Yep. And they don't even turn the lights up. They just leave the lights down. Everyone knows they're coming back.
Yeah. See, that was always the advantage of smashing all your equipment up, because then you can't do it.
That's true.
I'd love to know when the last genuine encore actually was.
That's true.
James said that like he's a musician in a massive band.
Yeah,
that's always the advantage of smashing you. So when I'm out with the boys,
I was touring.
We just need when me and Bono are on stage.
It's almost as bad these days as, hey everyone who can play guitar. All right, okay. Let's get that kid on stage. He'll play a guitar and you'll give him the guitar. Well done. Right, let's do that at every set, shall we? Green Day. Right, okay, we'll catch you for the March episode. Thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this bonus show. We'll be back with another one, and look out if you're on the right tier, look out for the Talks Over, which should be going up soon. We're looking forward to that.
In terms of the March pod, it may be we may do it even later, because we may do a pre-resed live show again, like we did for EGX.
Oh God, yeah.
That might not be a bad
if we're together on the Friday night, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, or we might do something from the show floor. That might be something a little bit different.
Yeah, that would be all right.
Yeah, we'll work that out. We'll
talk about that offline.
Yeah, we'll do it offline. Yeah. We'll do it offline. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.